How does Netflix's Love Life measure up to the twin flame journey? I just finished watching season two where they follow Marcus Watkins' romantic journey. Excuse me. And I can say that it was actually a very beautiful twin flame allegory. It's wintertime here, so there's a lot more Netflix than usual. And God's inspiring me to watch shows, particularly to follow the twin flame journey in them. And I will just give you a little warning. This is not a teen or young friendly show. It's got very, very mature themes, but it follows Marcus, who's like this really unique, endearing character, I will say. Um, he's a black man in New York, and it starts with, I won't allow too many spoilers here, but um, you know, him kind of in a failed marriage, and his twin flame comes in right from the start. And actually, his relationship with his twin flame is really beautifully written into the story. And you'll find this in a lot of Hollywood and movies in general. We're all longing for the one, and Marcus is longing for the one, and it's so obvious. And it's obvious, to be quite honest, when the Mia character comes in that she is the one. You can just feel it from the beginning. But what's really beautiful is really the journey and the story of them coming together, because that's really what the twin flame journey is. It's something where you can enjoy the whole process. So um, it seems like, and this is where it's very twin flame trope, she's basically the reason that he loses his marriage and his whole life falls apart. And many people do have this experience of their twin flame. Um, they meet their twin flame and it feels like their life unravels in a way. And it awakens, of course. Wow, they met this person who awakens things that they've never felt. And the impact of that can be, as Marcus experienced, your whole life unraveling. Now, the first thing to notice is that when your life unravels, it's the illusions, it's the things that no longer align with the higher vision of yourself. Those do unravel. He was basically pretending and hiding in his marriage. And Mia brought out the truth of him. And I guess there's going to be spoilers just because to give a full analysis here. Mia just immediately awakens the deepest part of him. And that's basically his initiation into the twin flame journey. An instant deterioration of his former life. He ends up moving in with his sister, kind of losing his apartment, losing his facade of being a really well put together person in this perfect marriage. When it's obvious from the beginning that it was, she was a false twin flame. He learned a lot from her, but there wasn't the true spark. And it wasn't until he met Mia that he learned what true spark is. And of course, we see this theme a lot in movies. We all do have a one true spark. That is how God created us. That's why movies love to explore this so beautifully and deeply and differently, because it's one of the most human experiences that we have is our longing for the one true love. And so Marcus, when he meets Mia, his journey awakens. But as you watch the show, you realize it is quite a journey ahead. And it really follows the theme of, in Twin Flames universe, they teach you really have to go deep in loving every part of yourself in order to come into that healthy union, because your twin flame is a mirror for what's on the inside. And as such, they will awaken places that need healing inside of you, places that feel insecure, places that feel scared, um, sad, broken, ashamed, whatever you might say. But of course, it's just to be healed, because the truth is, your twin flame sees your divinity. And that's what makes it so invigorating to meet them, is they awaken us to our divinity. And then we embark on that healing journey, which really this show demonstrated so well. And for Marcus, it was really exploring a long string of relationships, which, it's important to note that everyone's journey is going to be very unique. When you meet your twin flame, it doesn't mean you have to, embark on a long string of relationships or anything like that. But, and especially as I mentioned at the end, like nowadays we have, support like Twin Flame Ascension School, where it can be honestly a really beautiful, easy, and supported path into your union as you heal. But this, was a more dramatic showing of like And a lot of people experience this of really the nitty grittiness of the healing journey. Him looking for true love in all of these different faces. And really, as he's exploring all of these, what ends up being, false twins or, uh, not his true twin, it's helping him heal different layers of himself. And Mia shows she's healing different layers of herself. Because that's essential. Like, there is a true surrender that needs to happen when you meet your twin flame, and that's what it keeps showing. Like, they keep missing each other, that classic, and that's because they weren't quite ready. They kept coming into each other's life to bring in more healing, and then they initiated each other in a way, and they would go on that next journey of healing. Really beautifully told, and they weren't afraid to show the vulnerability of these characters, like Mia at home with her family, and just showing the influences. That's her healing journey, what she learned from her mother and father about love and healing that. And Marcus, healing, um, just his own insecurity around being a very like unique black man, doesn't necessarily um, fit into any mold. He's a very like, and I love the actor. I don't know his name, but I saw him in The Good Place. And he really portrays nuance as well. And this character just was like a unique, as we all are, person. And he had to really learn to love himself. It's kind of seen when he meets Mia's first boyfriend. He's like this huge, I don't know, like NFL player type guy. And Marcus, even though he's built, he's small and skinny, and he has to really love himself. That he's in editing, and he's um, from a wealthy, black family, and so you can tell that like in his exploring of like the white and the black worlds, he's not sure where he fits because of course he fits as Marcus. He is Marcus, and that's his journey, which I loved, is coming in to realize who is Marcus. And they show it so beautifully, that he is coming into himself. And it took some bumpy turns. You see the scene where, he takes the crazy mushroom trip and gets lost. That's a perfect example of the dark night of the soul. Really beautiful portrayal of, oh my gosh, a lot of people feel this on the twin flame journey where it's just like I feel everything's coming apart in a way, but it's really God breaking you down to your most vulnerable and true self so that you can love yourself completely. And that's what Marcus does when he gets to these places. He leaves that voice message for Mia where he's just really vulnerable and not trying to put on any facade. And that in a nutshell is what the twin flame journey is. It's about coming into your divine authenticity. And of course, spoiler alert, him and Mia do come together. And it's just a really beautiful demonstration. It doesn't just end at they're married, the end, it shows some of the after. And that it really shows what the twin flame journey is. They assist each other in then living their life purpose. Marcus in truth on the inside isn't just an editor. He was hiding in that role. He's a writer and he had this big voice to share. And Mia supported him. That is what twin flames do. They awaken your true life purpose and you thrive in that. And you see them wealthy and happy. And this is how God made twin flames. They're flying to the Bahamas. And it feels authentic. It didn't feel corny to me because I guess I know the truth of twin flames and they showed this twin flame relationship so much. And in the end, they're just appreciating how each other loved each other unconditionally. And that's a key factor of the twin flame journey. Unconditional love. And they both had their own journey, which is very unique to both of them. And they had to love each other unconditionally through their darkest and most difficult times to get to that beautiful space of love, that beautiful perfection at the end where they're coming into their true divine selves and enjoying the divine life that God truly has for them. So I do really recommend this show. I will say, yeah, it's messy. It is, sometimes you're like, you don't realize it's going to go to such a beautiful place because it's very raw in how it shows Marcus's journey. So I will give that, but it's beautiful, beautiful acting, beautiful portrayals, and my heart feels really filled up by the beautiful twin flame portrayal. So wanted to share this Netflix analysis of Love Life season 2. Go check it out and experience that, this kind of twin flame journey for yourself. And of course, if you want to embark on your twin flame journey, I'll link those that starter kit below. And because the difference is from this show, you don't have to do it alone. There's actually a whole community of support that gives you that healing support, that as those difficult things come up, you can be supported throughout the entire process. So, sending you much love wherever you are on your journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.